Hello, welcome to the Volunteer Toolkit webinar. My name is Lynn Elliott. I'm a volunteer training specialist. I work out of the Valley Forge office. You've probably heard the buzz about the VTK, as we call it. It's a digital planning tool designed to save you time and help you spend more time with your girls rather than planning for your girls. It will let you access meeting plans, see your troop roster. You can record attendance and girl achievements. You can add your own events, and you can send parents emails directly from the VTK. The one thing that our council does not do is manage the troop finances, at least not yet. So what we're going to be doing today is start with an overview of the VTK, and then I will access the VTK demo to show you how you might think about using your VTK. So let's get started. First of all, daisies, brownies, juniors, cadets, seniors, and ambassadors, as well as K-5 multi-level troops and 6th to 12th grade multi-level troops all have digitally responsive content in the VTK. That's great. To access your VTK, click on the My GS on GSEP's homepage. Then scroll down to the Volunteer Toolkit. This is what your login screen would look like. So just enter your username and password to log in. This is what it will look like once you're into the VTK. Notice these tabs across the top. We're going to go tab by tab, look at the new features, the recent enhancements, and highlight the new program content that rolled out in fall of 2017 and more recently than that. Please note though, parents do have access to the VTK, but only to their daughter's information. And while they can see the meeting plans, they cannot change anything. So let's take a look at these tabs. We have My Troop, the Explore tab, Year Plan, Meeting Plan, Resources, and Finances. This is the one tab that GSEP does not have, but we will be talking about the other tabs. All right, so here we'll be starting with the Explore tab. This is actually a new feature and pretty exciting. So it allows you to make your own year plan or to select a year plan from some pre-populated plans. Let's say that we chose the pre-selected tracks. This is what the next screen would look like. If we were doing juniors, it would show us the badge years, the journeys that are available for juniors, and anything that's new will be marked as new, right here and here, for instance. These new tracks were added in July of 2018 across all grade levels, and they are noted as new. Now let's say that we click on one of these previews right here. We would get a listing of that year plan. So the first meeting is the Brownie intro meeting, if we were looking at the Brownie options. The next one is the Jump into Journeys and Badges. That's where the girls choose what year plan they want to follow. And then the badges and activities for that year plan. If you go all the way down to the bottom of that page, there is a pre-selected tracks overview, which would give you these pages, which you can print out and take to a troop meeting so that you can discuss with the girls what the options are for their year so that they can decide what they would like to do. So this is a great option. This allows it all to be girl-led. And keep in mind that you really should not be finalizing your year plan until the girls have had a chance to decide what they want to do. That's how we keep it girl-led. Another thing that you might want to know in the Explore tab, if you're looking at a meeting and this is the Fling Flyer Design Challenge 2, this badge emblem here, if you click on that, it will show you the things that the girls would be doing, sort of a synopsis of what they would be doing within that badge. All right, so let's say that we have selected the year plan. Now our year is populated just like this. All the meetings, the number of meetings that we have. So now we are in, notice the year plan tab. We've explored, the girls have chosen, we have a year plan. So now we can see all the details associated with that year plan for each meeting. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is assign dates or special locations to the meetings. That is up here under specified dates and locations. If you click on that, you will come to this menu. And here you get to pick the first date for your first meeting using this little calendar icon here. Pick the time. You can change this. You can decide, are you going to be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? You can choose that there. And if there are any weeks that you want to avoid meeting in, you can check them off. Actually, they come pre-checked. If you want to meet on those weeks, uncheck them. All right. Over here, notice that here you get to choose the location. So here, this is going to be the location for 15 of 15 meetings, so all of your meetings. However, if you need to change a location for a specific meeting, you can do that in here also. Let me point out here, this is our calendar. Here's the location tab, but here are the activities. This is also something that GSEP does not do. We can make custom activities, meaning you can make a custom activity to enter into your year plan, but you cannot sign up for council-led activities through here. You still need to go into the program event registration. All right, so we've started off our year. Notice here we now have dates and times, as well as council-wide dates that are pre-populated. So then it fits our dates in around, or fits these in around our meeting dates, either way. And you can move these meetings as you desire. If you want to move Think Like a Scientist Part 1 to January, you would just drag it down. Now, once a date is scheduled, you can change it. So if September 28th is not going to be a good day, you can click there. You'll get this pop out, and you can change the time, maybe your time. So here's going to be a 3 o'clock meeting, and then save it. If you need more calendar options, click here. All right, so let's talk about the Add a Meeting feature. That's next to the specified dates and locations, right up here. Leaders can add meeting plans from the meeting plan library as another way to customize the year. So maybe your brownie troop is working on the Think Like an Engineer journey, but they really like the outdoors. So they also want to earn the hiker badge. So you can use this to get a pre-populated or a pre-designed meeting and add it to your year plan. So here, click on your brownies. This is if you're using filters. So are your brownies, you want to talk about badges, and you want to pick something from the new badges. And then you would view the list. Here, oh, maybe they really do want to do board game design. So you can select it and select it. And it will add it right into your year plan, and then you move it into the date slot that you want. You can also add a custom activity. So although you can't sign up for council activities directly through the VTK, you can make your own custom activities in here. So if you're going on a field trip to the Milwaukee Zoo, here's the cost, here's the address, here's a note, here's the date, the time. You can add the activity, and it will add it right into your year plan. Now, when a leader clicks on the meeting that you want to see, then you will get, that takes you to the meeting plan tab. And you'll get all the details for that meeting. So we're now talking about the meeting plan tab. So this over here, the screenshot to the left, is the top portion of what you would see right away on your screen once you click on the actual meeting title. On the left is a little bit further down, the actual agenda of how to run it and the timing, which you can change if you want. But let's take a look at all of the content in the meeting plan next. Okay, so the meeting plan overview gives you a high-level overview of the entire meeting at a glance. So this is not the step-by-step how to do it, but it gives you the sort of the scope and sequence of the meeting. The activity plan is the meat of the meeting. It includes step-by-step instructions for you to facilitate the meeting, including a script if you want to use it. See, it says, say, when you played I Spy, you were able to guess your partner's object just by knowing its color. What are some other clues your partner could have given you? So here's a script for you if you would like to use it. And the materials list, which I think is just fabulous. It lists all the materials you need for each of the activities in that meeting plan, and it's all in one place. So easy for gathering materials or knowing if you need to purchase any additional supplies. Okay, there's even a communications section within this VTK. Each meeting plan comes with a templated email that's customizable, and it helps you communicate with parents so that they know what their girl is working on. And it's an opportunity to encourage and increase parent involvement. And it helps them see where the meeting fits in the Girl Scout leadership experience. And you can just say you want to send this to all the parents, caregivers, and send it out. Change anything that you need to change and send it. Pretty awesome. You can also record the girls' attendance and achievements right here. We'll take a look at that a little closer later. Okay, then the meeting aids. So here are the different things that all the tools that you'll need that are referenced throughout the activity plan and in the materials list for that meeting. So links to videos, any activity handouts, that sort of thing. So a take action guide, here it is, a take action guide. And you can add your own meeting aids too. Here's a whole list of them. If you need to sing the Brownie Smile song, you can add it to your meeting. All right, into the agenda. So you can add your own personalized details or notes that pertain to the meeting under the meeting notes. These meeting agendas are the pre-populated agenda items that correlate to the activity plan. So, the step-by-step instructions. And you can move them around as you need to. Also, you can change their times. So, for instance, you want to change the time, you can change it. Oh, you want to add a new agenda item, sing happy birthday to Alexis for 15 minutes and eat cupcakes? You can add that in 2. And by the way, if you delete an agenda item from the meeting, it also removes those supplies from the materials list and that activity from the activity plan. Awesome, huh? Okay, let's go into My Troop. This is where you can add a photo of your troop if you want. You can access your troop roster. You can manage your girl or family contact information, so you could update the contact information. You could see girls' birthdays. You can communicate individually with parents, although it doesn't show it in our demo site. And when it becomes time to renew, this Renew Now button lets you know that the girl has not yet renewed. Once she renews, that button will disappear. And the Resource tab, the last of our tabs. On the Resources tab, leaders and parents can access GSUSA and local council resources for a specific grade level under topics such as Family Hub, camp and outdoors down here, training, safety, all of those things. Do keep in mind though, when you're using the VTK safety activity checkpoints, these are the safety activity checkpoints from GSUSA. GSEP may have different procedures, or maybe won't even allow some of the activities at all. That depends completely on GSEP's insurance carrier. So please consult safety activity checkpoints on the gsep.org site for specific information. All right, and as you've probably noticed, up here, there are icons for printing and downloading and help. So you can do all of those things right from the front page. And also down the side, there is a VTK help menu, sort of a walk me digital tool, which is new this year. So if you click on that, you let's say you don't remember how to add a meeting. Click on this, it will show you step by step how to add a meeting. So that's pretty awesome. So here it is. Actually, this is the guided tour. So you can take a guided tour. That's there with the binocular icon. You can take a guided tour, and it would show you like all of the steps that you would need for a specific process within the VTK. Okay, so I hope that was helpful as an overview. So what we're going to do next is we're going to actually go into the VTK demo site so that I can, actually manipulate it a little bit and show you how useful it is. Only leaders and co-leaders and parents have access to the VTK. So every council also has a VTK demo site for staff and administrative volunteers to be able to access the VTK. So that's what we're going to use. And you are welcome to use this site for training. If you're a service unit manager, for instance, and you would like to show some of your leaders how to access the VTK, feel free to use this demo site. It works pretty much. There's a couple features missing, but pretty much works like individual leaders' sites would. It is password protected. This is not to be shared with anybody outside of the organization. The password, case matters here, so it's capital VTKD, then small EMO, and then our council code, which is 253. So if you put that in, it will get you to the right place. So we're going to do that now. All right, so here we are at the VTK demo site. I'm entering the password, login. Here we go. So the screen that you would access. Because it's a demo site, I actually have access to all of the levels. If you're a troop leader, you'll only have access to the levels that you deal with at this screen. But let's say we're going to deal with brownies. Here we go. Let's view the popular tracks. All right, so here, badge years, the journey options. Look at all that content, right? Here's the pre-selected tracks overview if we want to see that. So let's say that we've discussed it with our girls. The girls want to do brownie badge year number 2. Here it is. We can see everything involved in that year, all of the meetings. So yes, the girls like it. Let's select that track. Yep, confirm. We want that. Here it is. The brownie intro meeting, then the jump into journeys badges. And for all the levels, these 2 first meetings are the same for all intents and purposes. I mean, you know, for the different age levels, but the first one is always an intro meeting. The second one is a jump into journeys where the girls actually choose what year plan they want to use. If this is a new troop, definitely you need this intro meeting. If your troop has been together for a while, maybe you don't need the intro meeting. Maybe you can start right here, adding in a little bit of parent meeting and nice to see everybody again type things at the beginning. Okay, so let's say, well, we need to specify our dates and locations. Here we go. Our start date. Let's start October 4th. And let's meet at 6:30. There we go. Bi-weekly, that sounds good. And that's a Thursday. We definitely don't want to meet on Thanksgiving Day, but Labor Day shouldn't bother us, or Martin Luther King Day. I think these are okay. We're not going to be meeting in July, pretty sure. So let's update our calendar. Sometimes this takes a little bit of time, a little patience. It's working, it's thinking. And here it is. There we go. So here are our dates: October 4th, 18th, November 1st, November 15th. Isn't that nice? Look at that, right? All the way through April. Now, maybe our year is going to be going a little longer than that. That's fine, because we're probably going to add some other things in here, right? Okay. So let's say we want to move something. I don't know, maybe cabin camping isn't what we want to be doing in November and December. So we can move it. Let's move it to the end of the year. That would be nice. Nice timing, right? So we're just going to grab this. I'm going to drag it down. Let's see. All right, let's put it here. It has to think a moment. So catch up with it in a minute. There it goes. Okay, so we moved cabin camper 1. Oh, that's not where we want it. We want it here. Did it do it now? Yep. All right, let's go grab cabin camper number 2. Move it down into position. There. And it reformulated. See that? Isn't that nice? Okay, pretty awesome. Now, let's say we need to add a meeting, because our girls, they really like, I don't know, bugs. Okay, how about outdoor ones? Oh, look, it came right up. So let's put bugs 1 and bugs 2. Let's add them to the year plan. Those always get added at the end, which is actually fine. That's a good time of year for looking at bugs. But if you wanted them at some other point, then just move them up. Actually, let's move our closing ceremony because that's going to happen after bugs. There we go. Okay. Wonderful. Now let's add an activity. This is going to be, I don't know, let's make it a trip to the Franklin Institute. Did I spell that right? I think so. Whoops. No, I didn't. There we go. Franklin Institute, which is also the Franklin Institute. Guess I could have said field trip up above. I'll make this field trip. There we go. To the Franklin Institute. It's going to cost the girls $5 each. And let's pick our date. Let's do it in November. How about November 10th? And that's going to be at 10 a.m. And we should be getting home about 5 p.m. We'll make it an all-day activity. We can put in our address, which I don't really know, but I know it's on Logan Circle. Presumably you would have the correct address. We'll add it in. There you go. Now, one thing to note about this, these do not drag and drop because they are associated with specific field trips that you presumably made arrangements for. So you have to go in and change the date if you want to move that around. Okay? All right, so now let's go into a meeting plan so that you can actually see what the meeting plans look like. Let's do first aid. Here it is. Okay, the planning material. So here's the meeting overview. So you can see everything that's going to be happening in the meeting. I'm going to X out of here. That's important. If I just hit the back arrow, that could kick me out of VTK altogether. Here's the step-by-step activity plan, right? So here the girls are going to be practicing when to call 911. All right, and the materials list. So as the girls arrive, you need the pieces of paper and something to draw with. Here's the opening ceremony. You need the Girl Scout Promise and Law. Then for activity 4, you have to select an activity. That's kind of interesting, right? Are you wondering about that? So let's go down here. Here it is. Activity 4. Notice this tree. That's because this has 2 options for this component of the meeting plan. There is an indoor option and an outdoor option. It's thinking. So let's see. So this is the indoor option. But maybe you'd rather do the outside option. So here you do this set of activities outside. So you get to choose. And then the materials list changes depending on which one you've selected. All right. All right, let's go back up because I skipped a couple things here. All right, so right here. So here's the email. Your daughter's having a terrific time earning her first aid badge. Today she learned how and when to call 911. Like, it's very specific to the meeting topic. Isn't that awesome? And do you want to record the attendance? Here's your troop. And if they were all there, you can leave them there. But if Alyssa didn't make it tonight, you can uncheck her and save it. Okay, but let's say that they did all arrive. Excellent. Okay, now let's go on to, that's our field trip. Here's the next meeting, first aid number 2. Let me point this out. So here now, because we're at the second meeting of the first aid badge, if they attended both meetings and you did all those activities, they've all earned this achievement, this badge. This is how you record it. Notice in the first meeting, since the badge was not completed, you could not give the girls the achievements. You couldn't mark them off for that. Only after the end of the badge meetings can you do that. And if somebody wasn't there and hasn't earned it yet, of course you can unclick them. All right. Okay. Now let's say we want to add an agenda item. Since I was picking on Alyssa earlier, let's let it be her birthday. We'll give that 10 minutes. Sing and cake. And here it is. So maybe we want that to be, we want to move that up just before the closing ceremony. You drag and drop it just like you did before. Now, if you need to print the whole thing out, you can print it right here. Okay. If you need to add a note, that's down here too. That would be like a note for yourself. Pass out permission forms. So you can make a note for yourself so that you remember to ask that. All right, awesome. Let's see what else. Resources. Here are the resources. Okay, so you want to see the badge chart? Here it is, right? You want an internet safety pledge? There it is. So lots of really good resources are here. My troop. Here they are. Your whole list of girls. So you can update their contact information. Oh, look, see achievements. They've all earned this first aid. So that's listed in here. Okay. Let's see, what else might you need to know? Let's go back one more time to the Explore tab. What if we decided we wanted to select our own? Do you want to replace your current year plan? Yes. Now we're about to lose everything that we had in there. Okay. Giving me problems. Here we go. Okay. So let's use our filters. We've got brownies. We want to do badges and petals. We want to make up our own. And let's see, our girls they kind of like some of those new ones. They love the outdoor ones. They're into STEM. Life skills are always good too. So here are all of the options. And we can select whichever ones we want to create our own custom year plan. Let me also point out that let's say you have juniors, but you know that they're really into, some of them have been talking about letterboxing, and when they were brownies, they didn't do that. So you can add a brownie meeting to your junior year plan. This is where you could access some of the other level meetings if you wanted to add one to your meeting plan, your year plan. Okay? All right. Well, I hope that that was helpful. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to email us at training@gsep.org and let us know what you would need some help with. But I do hope that this VTK webinar has helped you. There is also a resource guide that has these same step-by-step instructions to guide you through if you start getting confused. But I really hope that you'll give it a try. I think it's a very useful tool to save you some time so that you can concentrate more on your girls than on getting the meetings ready. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.